Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. And on the hill in this one, Kevin Gausman.
He's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Ian Happ up to hit.
Leading off for the Cubs, left fielder Ian Happ.
Fought off foul. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. So a man on base to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. And that should quiet this home crowd. And the Cubs have the lead now. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
Next is the designated hitter, Seiya Suzuki. No question about this one. It's out of here. They go back to back. And they add a run. It's 3-0.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it, and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kevin Gausman makes way, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Nick Sandlin.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Lucas makes the catch. One down. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. And here comes Dansby Swanson. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Here's Nico Hoerner. Fouled off left side. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's back. It's a bomb. He crushes that one to center field. Their third home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 5-zip.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now. Well struck right field. Springer going back on this one to the warning track, makes the catch.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
That one ripped. And foul ball. Sandlin, 28 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Out towards left center. Santander makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. They had the long ball working 3 times for a total of 5 runs. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Cubs 5 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Rogers Center, and today's starting pitcher, Shota Imanaga. What do you look for here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Bottom of the first, here's George Springer. The wind of the pitch. Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
5-run lead after their first at bat. That is huge at this point, but you've got to keep the attitude to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let that team back in this ball game. Cruise to the finish line, but do it with intention.
And that's a leadoff double.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
0-1.
And it's fouled away. Man at second. And that one is lifted in the air. Tucker makes the catch. Runner tags at second. Take a look at the lineup. Saying they got their work cut out for them. Down a busload already in this one.
And a manager does not want to see his hitters going to the plate swinging like it's a home run derby. He wants hitters to put together quality at bats, play the game that you've been playing and that you've been taught to play with this organization, and go out there and move the line. If you do that, you're going to score some runs. Maybe you don't win this ball game, but at least you have some momentum to carry into the next one.
Next offering upstairs.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
One away with a runner at third. On the ground to first. That's a base hit. Run scores. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. Passes third. He wants it all. Safe at home as 2 score on the inside the park homer.
Well, they call it one of the most exciting plays in baseball for a reason, Boog. Always fun to see an inside the parker. And, man, he was flying out of the box. And I think that by the time he was getting to second, he had it in his mind to go all the way. That's just great hustle from start to finish.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting with one down, takes a strike. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner.
Outside.
First offering, and it just misses.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the...
And no throw for some reason as he reaches first. That's got to be an error. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Rips one to right, down the line, and it's foul. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Just missed it. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Coming on is Happ. He's there to make the catch. So 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, including the home run. 1 error, but 2 are left stranded. We move to the second in Toronto. It's the Cubs 5 and the Blue Jays 2. And we're back. All set for the start of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Amaya. Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting left
Ian
fielder,
Happ,
Ian
the
Happ.
next Cub to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it hits the fence. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something.
Brendan Little on to pitch here.
Well, I got to think he probably has a little extra in the tank facing his former team, and there's not a player in the league that doesn't get a little extra motivation when he plays against his old squad.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that's a base hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour. Now the base is loaded.
That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down into the gap. 1 runs in. And they don't push it. Runner holds at third. Base is loaded now with still nobody out. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that is out of play. Ripped on a line. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away. The tag, and he's out at the plate. And that's a double play.
Well, we assume it, but not all double plays are 6-4 threes or something like that. Right there, it's just sort of a combination of good defense and poor base running, and probably more of the latter. That's a big turn of events in this inning, though.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. Now a 6-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back now in Toronto, bottom of the second. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Up the middle, finds its way through, base hit. Man at first, nobody out. And next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Ground ball right side, but that rolls foul. Nobody out, runner at first. On the ground, and that's a fair ball. Coming home. He'll score. Happ fires it in. Lead runner stops at second.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He smashed that ball the other way and kept it fair down the third baseline. Did an excellent job of just throwing the barrel at the ball, even though he was a little late on it.
Safe at first as they can't make the play. First and second, no outs. Bichette getting ready to hit. Late swing fouled off. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
And that is a big first out.
Good read there at second base to move up to third. Now it's a lot easier to get that run in with one away.
Anthony Santander at the plate.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Here comes Springer around third. Across is the runner from first. And it's a one-run game.
Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the...
Line drive, and this might be trouble. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores to tie it up.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out, get as much as you can, give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit. Late swing, fouled off. The winning run on second base.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91.
In the air, right field. Tucker on the move. Brings it in, and that will end the inning. So 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We head on now to the top of the third, and we're all even at 6 apiece. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the third inning. So up now for Chicago, Nico Horner. Little back to work. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And George makes the grab, and there's one down. Pete Crow Armstrong will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And he grounds one to the right side, and it's through for a hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Gage Workman digs in now.
Fly to left his first time.
High in the air, out to right. And that is Springer. And it's caught for the out. And now it's Miguel Amaya. Singled and scored his first time. Into center base hit. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single. They lead it now. It's 7-6. First and second, 2 outs. Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit. He's 2 for 2. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's just foul. Crow Armstrong at second. Amaya at first. 2 out of the inning. The other way. And that is that. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 7-6 ball game. You're watching Major. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez. Popped up. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 1 away.
And good defensive play prevents a run from scoring right there.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Crow Armstrong flashes the leather on the run and catch.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Trying to close out a one-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. And it falls. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away. Looks like we've got a substitution at first. And here's the pinch runner, Jonathan Clase. Nice grab as he reached down to make the play. 2 men left. Davis Schneider into the, and we're back. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Tucker. Slice the other way and foul. Man at second. Ripped to short. Fires over to Guerrero. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. So now the DH spot, Seiya Suzuki. He's already homered in this game. Hammered down the line. Should be extra bases. Santander gets it back in quickly. And that's good enough to hold the lead runner at third. Runners now at the corners. Runners at the corners here, 1 away. And here's the first baseman, Michael Bush. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 1. And that's ripped for a base hit. Happ comes around and he scores. And it's an RBI single, 8-7. They take the lead.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And now it's Dansby Swanson. He's got it, and there's 2 away. So here's Horner now. He's already homered here in this one. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. Another homer, his second home run of the game, and they tack on 3. It's 11-7. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jeff Hoffman gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Righty reliever out of the pen, Eric Swanson.
Eric Swanson.
And up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 for 2. That one ripped right center field. Out of here. And they add a run. It's 12-7. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And, you know, he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So 2 down, Gage Workman, the next Cub to hit. Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. That one is gone. And they tack one on the board. It's 13-7.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. Pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
Now, Miguel Amaya. Swing and a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting.
Here comes the skipper. Pitching change here, Yariel Rodriguez.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count.
They take the force out. That'll end the inning after a lot of 9 to the 3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Now the left fielder, Anthony Santander. Shota ready to fire now. That one fouled off. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 2-run homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 13-9. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in the spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did. Well, these Blue Jays really impressing me with the quality of their bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says they are absolutely battling at the plate and just not giving up, despite what the count says.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Now it's the DH, Will Wagner. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Amaya snags it for the second out.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Kerr in the box again. Takes a strike. The Jays down to their final strike. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs slug their way to a win in this one.
These hitters came to the yard today thinking one thing: launch mode. 6 home runs. Just an incredible offensive display today. Even by today's standards, that is a huge total.
A 13-9 final score in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.